Take a moment to read the following. How was that? Frustrating? Slow? What were those sentences about? They're actually a simulation of the experience of dyslexia, designed to make you decode each word. Those with dyslexia experience that laborious pace every time they read. When most people think of dyslexia, they think of seeing letters and words backwards, like seeing B as D and vice versa, or they might think people with dyslexia see saw as was. The truth is, people with dyslexia see things the same way as everyone else. Dyslexia is caused by a phonological processing problem, meaning people affected by it have trouble not with seeing language, but with manipulating it. For example, if you heard the word cat and then someone asked you, remove the C, what word would you have left? At. This can be difficult for those with dyslexia. Given a word in isolation like fantastic, students with dyslexia need to break the word into parts to read it. Fan-tas-tic. Time spent decoding makes it hard to keep up with peers and gain sufficient comprehension. Spelling words phonetically like S-T-I-K for stick and F-R-E-N-S for friends is also common. Here's the special way the brains of those with dyslexia work. The brain is divided into two hemispheres. The left hemisphere is generally in charge of language and ultimately reading, while the right typically handles spatial activities. fMRI studies have found that the brains of those with dyslexia rely more on the right hemisphere and frontal lobe than the brains of those without it. This means when they read a word, it takes a longer trip through their brain and can get delayed in the frontal lobe. Because of this neurobiological glitch, they read with more difficulty. But those with dyslexia can physically change their brain and improve their reading. With an intensive multisensory intervention that breaks the language down and teaches the reader to decode based on syllable types and spelling rules, the brains of those with dyslexia begin using the left hemisphere more efficiently while reading, and their reading improves. The intervention works because it locates dyslexia appropriately, as a functional variation in the brain, which naturally shows all sorts of variations from one person to another.
Right away from school, when I got in from first grade, going through 12th grade, I learned that I was a lot different than everybody else. The way I was learning wasn't the same. The way I would have to do homework, I felt like I was putting more time than everybody else in. The way the teachers, I felt, related to me a little bit was different. And that was a real struggle in my life. I felt like I wasn't given the opportunity or the tools I needed to succeed where the other kids were. I felt like there was something different about me, but I didn't know what it was. Staying up late at night doing homework, whether it was till 2 in the morning, and then coming in the next day and having to do the same thing all over again. You get to the point where I felt like quitting. I wanted to be done with everything. I wanted to, many people want to drop out with school. I came to the point where you think about it and you really want to find an answer, but you don't know where to look, especially as a kid.
When you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you were.